Shit, the only thing that you regret is if you steal too.
That's illegal immigrant Luis Bracamontes, charged with murdering 2 police officers.
I wish I killed one of those motherfuckers.
It's pure evil. President Trump is right. Build the wall. Deport criminals. Stop illegal immigration now. Democrats who stand in our way will be complicit in every murder committed by illegal immigrants. President Trump will fix our border and keep our families safe.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Anybody throwing stones, rocks, like they did to Mexico and the Mexican military, Mexican police, where they badly hurt police and soldiers of Mexico, we will consider that a firearm. Because there's not much difference when you get hit in the face with a rock, which, as you know, it was very violent a few days ago, very, very violent. That break-in, it was a break-in of a country. They broke into Mexico. And nobody's even questioning that.
But in terms of your plans to change the title, are you going to...
Nothing political about a caravan of thousands of people, and now others forming, pouring up into our country. We have no idea who they are. All we know is they're pretty tough people when they can blast through the Mexican military and Mexican police. They're pretty tough people. Even Mexico said, wow, these are tough people. I don't want them in our country.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wake Up Report. And what you are looking at is the end of democracy. What you are looking at is what happens when you allow an autocrat, a demagogue, a dictator, a racist, someone who has forgotten where they come from because they come from an immigrant background. This is what happens when you allow somebody to hijack the Republican Party, and the Republicans themselves fall in line and is just so complacent and quiet because this man holds that much power over them, to the point to where if he tells his followers not to support them, they will do anything in order to not evoke the wrath of Donald Trump. Man, this is absolutely ridiculous. Donald Trump caught a ton of heat for dropping an absolute racist campaign commercial targeting the migrant wave that is headed towards the U.S., moving up through Mexico. And he has sworn to send, I think it was 15,000 troops, a wall of American soldiers to block these people from coming in. Why didn't you send some of those soldiers to Chicago when you were doing all that talk about if Chicago didn't clean up all of its crime, you were going to do it for them? You haven't sent anybody there. Maybe you might want to send 15,000 jobs to West Virginia, because those were the people that you told you were going to employ because the coal industry was coming back. And recently, you just told Florida that you're bringing jobs back to the United States of America. You've done absolutely nothing but tell people exactly what they want to hear as long as it suits your agenda. You're an absolute demagogue, an absolute racist. By this time, anybody who supports Donald Trump, man, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. This is an absolute embarrassment to the United States of America. This is what we have become: a xenophobic, culture-hating. If you're not white, you ain't right. Bring me people. Here, you can bring me people in from Norway. If a migrant wave of blue-eyed, blonde-haired white Norwegians decided to come to the United States, oh, I'll let them in sight unseen. But anybody else, anybody that comes from one of them shithole places, you know, you can forget about it. On top of that, now you're saying if anybody throws rocks at our troops, we're going to consider a rock a firearm, and we will fire upon anybody who throws rocks at our troops. So if one of those little girls right there picks up a rock and throws it, well, that rock is now it's been interpreted as a firearm, and you would fire. I hope it happens. I hope it happens. Absolutely hope it happens. Bull Connor, during the civil rights movement, when he unleashed those fire hoses and those dogs on those people, it went around the world. The world saw that the United States in all of his give me your tired, give me your poor, give me your hungry, give me all this, you give a shit about the people who were here. And if you would do something like that to another human being, and here we are right back at the same point. So I hope it happens. I hope the world gets to see what Donald Trump ordered upon a bunch of people who are leaving their countries because of the drugs and the crime and the violence associated with the drugs. And he probably doesn't know, so I shouldn't say doesn't mention. He doesn't, he's so stupid, he doesn't know it. The reason these people are leaving and coming here is because the United States is the #1 consumer of their most popular product. That's drugs, it's cocaine, it's opium, it's heroin, it's crack, it's whatever comes out of those regions. So the competition for the American drug market is so severe that they reduce themselves to shooting and killing and whatever it is that they're doing. Maybe if we stopped buying illegal drugs, taking illegal drugs, that would slow down a lot of this stuff. But God forbid something happens in the United States and we all have to go somewhere else to escape the violence and the tyranny and the destruction of whatever goes on here. Now, he doesn't have to worry about it. He's a billionaire. His family don't have to worry about it. They'll live high up on a hill somewhere, look down and watch you dying and screaming and yelling and crying. Won't do a damn thing to help you. For Trump supporters, let me ask you this. How does somebody who's never worked a day in his life, never held a job, a real job in his life, a 9-to-5 that pays minimum wage, someone who has never had to struggle, not one bit, somebody who has always been able to buy what he wants, go where he wants, do what he wants, somebody who has absolutely no connection to what it's like to struggle, to earn a living, pay your bills, have to choose between paying your light bill or your gas bill and eating for that week, or not being able to buy enough food because you got to split it between paying your bills, paying your taxes, paying your car insurance, all of that stuff. What makes you think that this person can relate to you? He doesn't relate to you. He does not care about you. But what he counts on is that white people are so bigoted, so prejudiced, so xenophobic, so racist, that they will allow absolute racist ads like this to run, implicating Democrats in the murders of United States police officers, implicating Democrats in all this kind of, but when the Republicans can be so easily implicated in allowing this man to do what he's doing, I, for one, cannot wait to see what happens if someone throws a rock at a soldier. And we will see if under the orders of Donald Trump, they will indeed fire upon men, women, children, senior citizens, because somebody threw a rock at them. And he won't have anybody to blame for this one. Not the way he likes to push the blame off on somebody else. He will have no one but himself to blame because he gave the order. As President of the United States of America, you ordered our troops to mow down men, women, children, and senior citizens because someone threw a rock at them. Your Bull Connor moment is coming up, Donald Trump. Let's see what happens. This is KTM and the Wake Up Report saying think a little bit. It will do wonders for you.